We are back once again, only on it's Last Call. Last Call at the Alcohol, only on lastcallpodcast.com and actually the Last Call YouTube channel. Joining me here on the location, this man is getting ready once again to be in action. I'll be taking on Karl Albrektsson at Bellator 290, otherwise known as Bellator on CBS. And well, he's excited as he said, it's his shot, and he's coming out swinging. I give you once again Bass Pro's own. I give you it's the truth, Grant Neal. Grant, it's a big step up. Alex Polisi was a nice win. Tyree Fortune's a nice win. Karl Albertson's a whole different ballgame. So, how did this fight get made, and why take it? What was it about this fight you decided? All right, we're gonna take on a guy who he almost has more wins than you have entire fights.
Yeah, I think that he's a really good opponent. I think the matchup is great. I've constantly said I'm not here just to be here. I'm here to make noise and to be the best and to be the champion. And I believe that Karl Albrektsson is a really good opportunity to explore those ambitions. And I just know what I bring to the table, and I'm excited to show it.
So what makes him so effective? I mean, I know I know he's coming off a loss, and before that he had run up a pretty damn impressive win streak of 4 straight wins, including wins over Viktor Nemkov, Dolzan Yagashimarodov. But what is it about him that makes him an effective mixed martial artist?
Man, he's a tough dude. He's well rounded. He's not bad anywhere. And so that makes you a really good martial artist, right? Usually, in this game, you'll find someone that is really proficient in one thing and really deficient in another. He's not that type of person, and kudos to him and the success that he's had, because that's a hard thing to do. And to build your career and get wins over guys like that's really amazing. I'm just excited to show the world what I am, what everybody in my camp and what my family, what my friends, people watching me grow up know that I'm capable of. And now it's just time to go and show the rest of the world.
He's a good MMA wrestler, and I know we say that a lot, but he's a guy who's come over from Europe. He's trained. He knows what's going on. He's fought some of the best here. He knows exactly how to take somebody down and how to sometimes even get submissions. How tough is that facing somebody who he's not a one-trick pony? He's not one of these European guys that you can, East or Western European guys that you can easily take down and they start flopping around like a fish. He knows exactly how to, handle wrestlers and handle guys sometimes who are going to just get in for sometimes a lazy takedown.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Like I want that. I hope that he is the best possibly he could be, because I'm going to be the absolute best I'm going to be, and the best I've ever been. I'm operating at a level that's better than I have ever operated. I am adding more and more things to my game. It's been a really, really special camp. Without giving away too much, man, it's really been like clockwork, and it's been extremely smooth. And I honestly think with him taking this fight, I think that he's got a lot more to worry about in me than I do in him.
So for this fight, who do you train with? I mean, I'm guessing you've probably worked with the guys who are trickier. They know how to sometimes they say fight by defensively, or fight without looking like they're stalling. He knows every trick there is. Like, do you bring in guys sort of, or do you try to work with guys who have that experience? What it's like to sometimes even get away with stuff, knowing how to just get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, in your camp, that's all my coaches, right? So I have complete trust and faith in for the preparation and the skill that I have in my corner. With Jacob Ramos, he's been in the game. Him and Trevor Whitman started however long ago. So, I mean, they've been in huge fights. They both won title fight with Nate Marquardt in Strikeforce against scary Tyrone Woodley. So, I mean, I know that trusting my coaches and trusting the process is going to fare really well. So I have no doubt that they they have put me in the camp and in positions to not only succeed but to explode on the scene.
We're gonna go back to this fight in a bit. Take me back to the last fight vote. It was you, Christian Edwards. You were coming off a split decision loss. I know that every time a fighter comes off a loss, it's always well, is this going to be two in a row? Is this going to be steamboat here? It took care of business. What went right? Did anything go wrong? And how nice was it being a guy who, a lot of people had said, "Hey, this is one of the next big guys. Hey, this is a guy that John Jones is, training with."
Yeah, I mean, let's not beat around the bush. They said he's the next John Jones, and everybody going into that fight was saying, Christian Edwards is going to get you. He's going to beat you. His striking is this, and that. And I just honestly just trusted my coaches, and my coaches put together a really solid game plan, both on the feet and on the ground, with Professor Peter Straub, adding him into my jujitsu regiment to really utilize the skills that I already have and to make them extremely dangerous. And so a lot of times coaches like to make a fighter what they are, and none of my coaches do that. My coaches make me 100% of what I am, and that fight kind of really showed it. They said that he's one of the best, if not the best, striker in our division, and I completely nullified his striking to make it non-existent. He is very uncomfortable on the feet, and then when he thought that I was just going to strike with him, we wrestled. So it was a really good game plan, a really solid fight. And on top of that, I mean, I got to share the cage with an awesome martial artist, and I can say now Christian Edwards is also a friend. So um, I've actually utilized Christian Edwards to come out and train. He's going up to heavyweight, so he's a little bit more of a load, but it's been awesome training with him, and just picking his brain about certain things that he saw. Right, he saw it full speed, so it's interesting to have that nuanced perspective.
You earlier, a couple of seconds ago, you said, about your trainers. They don't train you to be to be something they want. They train you to be what you are. Explain that, because a lot of fans think, oh, guys, you go to a trainer, they're going to teach you, how to be, to defend takedowns, how to defend, striking. They're teaching you to be a fighter. What for these guys? What is it that they do differently that everybody else does? That, when you say they're teaching me to be, my kind of guy.
Yeah, so like everybody at this level is good, um, like in their own right. Right, that I could name a couple of guys that I don't think are very good, but like they have something about them, and that's what got them to this stage, and you got to respect that. The cool thing that my coaches do is they understand that, and this game is about focus in every single moment and every aspect, and making sure your body is working for you and not against you. And so many times, um, whether it's the media, whether it's teammates, whether it's coaches, whether it's your own ego, sometimes things get in the way to where your body is not working for you, it's working against you. And maybe some techniques that work for this guy don't work for you. And if you just have a coach that is only steadfast on a certain technique that is not necessarily suited towards you, it could be more of a hindrance than um, something that can develop you and put you on a path for success. So my coaches really believe in just making my body work for me and my game work for me. They're not trying to make me somebody else. And I think so many guys get into that and believe the hype. I mean, how many guys are trying to make like all Khabib's guys into Khabib. You know, they each one of those Dagestani guys brings something different and nuanced to the table, but everybody's trying to make them Khabib. Um, but I really believe that their coaches understand that, hey, everybody's different. Like Usman, he's a great striker, Nurmagomedov. Like and he uses that. So they're not trying to force him into something that he's not. And I think that's what the great coaches do.
I know when we talked after your loss, one of the things I noticed was getting a little bit tired, and not necessarily exhausted because you're not in shape, exhausted because of the pace, because of the emotional dump. How do you fix that? Now that you've had to fight under your belt, the Edwards fight was a whole different one. Granted, you're more in control. What was different
Yeah, I mean,
between
that was
Polizzi and Edwards mentally?
I mean, just relentless pace and trusting it. That's the thing. Like the Polizzi fight, I allowed my ego to get in the way of a win. Um, which kudos to Polizzi. Polizzi said he was going to be a better wrestler than me. He was not a better wrestler than me, but he ended up with the win. He was not a better striker than me, but he ended up with the win. And I allowed that ego key to play in instead of just having faith and trust in the process. I trust the process. That's a different fight. And he knows that. His coaches know that. My coaches know that. I know that. And so that was it was a hard lesson to learn, obviously taking an L, but to come out of that fight unscathed, to come out of that fight feeling like in control, and easily that fight could have gone my way. Just whatever was in the judge's notes or whatever, or whoever whispered in their ear, it didn't go my way. But you never know with that. But I really think that allowing myself to see that without having a drastic outcome in order to see that, I honestly think it pushes me every single day and propels me to the best of my ability, to where now there was a chink in the armor and we just patched it up, and now it's going to be something to deal with.
This fight card is going to be on YouTube and then also on CBS. There's a chance you might be on CBS. How big
Yeah,
is
there's
that?
no reason.
Because
There's no
we talked about over on ESPN, the UFC, Bellator's on, Spike, basically good ratings. When you're on CBS and ABC, it's a whole different deal. So for you, like, how much does that help motivate you in this camp of, hey, I could be on national television. Everybody will see me.
um I I don't really buy into that either way. Um I'm a firm believer in uh you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your preparation. I've prepared well. So Chris, I tell you, CBS or not, this is going to be a spectacular fight. And on top of that, there's no reason Bellator should not put us on CBS. I mean, it's a top 10 matchup, arguably two of the best light heavyweights in the division. It doesn't make too much sense not to put it on unless there's a title fight. And everybody loves watching light heavyweights. So if you're looking at it from a money standpoint, a business standpoint, you're messing with your money if you don't put us on. So I think Bellator's their organization is pretty smart, and I believe that the promotion will do what's not just right for them, but right for us as well. So it's nice when you can say that you're a key part in helping the organization grow, and you're doing your job and they're doing their job. So I honestly see us on CBS.
It all comes back down once again to, and we talked about it, it's you versus Karl Albrektsson. And as I said, I know you say all the right things and everything. How do you keep calm in this fight? Because you win and everything changes. All of a sudden, it's not, well, he's a nice little prospect. He's a top 10 guy. He's a top 5 guy. It's not, oh well, Grant has tons of potential. He's arrived. I mean, this is one of those fights where it separates contender from pretender. There's there's tons of pressure, tons of excitement for you with the career change. Like, how do you focus on the fight and just focus on it one minute at a time when it's so easy to get caught up on, hey, this could be the big break. I win this fight, I win one more, then I'm getting a title shot. I could bring it home to Colorado. I see the path.
Yeah, and that's exciting, right? Like I don't think it's smart to not be excited about that. And that's the difference between maybe me and some other guys. A lot of guys see that pressure and they fold in the face of that pressure. For me, that's yeah, you can call it. Some people call it nerves, but if you think about it, the same feeling that nerves are is the same feeling that you get when you're excited about something. So I just change it in my brain. Like, okay, is that nervous? No, I'm excited. Like I'm excited. I have an opportunity to follow my dream and to go and show the world and show myself um, what I'm capable of. Like how awesome is that? Like not many people in their entire lifetime get to really go and show themselves that they are capable of achieving their dream. A lot of people don't even get to go after their dream either because of circumstances or because life hits them. And so for me to even have the opportunity to go and fight for my dream is it's unbelievable. That's I've already won. So how can I be overwhelmed, nervous, full to pressure when you've already won? Like not many people get to do what I do. Not many people get to go and have the dream of doing something they absolutely love to do at their core and go after it and achieve it. Like I've already won. So I'm a little confused. I'm sorry, but this question is just confusing to me. Like like how could you not love this? How could you fold to the pressure? Like when you've already won. Like this is awesome. I'm fighting for a living. I'm living out my dream, doing something that many people wish that they could do, aspire to do. You know, like yeah, it's that's the most freeing feeling ever. And there's that pressure valve gets released after that. So it's really cool. It's an awesome opportunity.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are proud to have on the show. I give you its well, as I said, he's fighting on Bellator 290. It's going to be him versus Karl Albrektsson. It's the truth himself. I give you Grant Neal. Grant, before I let you go, so once again, where can fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, the website, and who are the sponsors going to be for this fight coming up?
So the best way to check me out is actually on my Instagram. That's where I'm most active. My Instagram is Grant Neal 34. I also am working with a food company, My Fit Foods. They're preparing all my food and preparation, and then I work with a bison company as well that is providing me with all the sustenance and meat that I get to use in my meals, called Untamed Bison. And then for recovery, man, DNA Vibe is a red light therapy company that I use every single day. And I'm very like skeptical on um, selling people items that I don't personally use or I don't personally have a tie to. Like when I add people to my team, I damn sure make sure that I use every single thing that I'm promoting and putting my name and attaching my name to. And so, man, DNA Vibe is one of the most spectacular companies that I've ever worked with. And then I also have a brain trainer in McWhorter Chiropractic. And I mean, it's been a next level brain training. So all those sponsors, everything you could find on my Instagram and also on grantneal.com. And if you want to support me, support the vision, come for the ride, I would really love that. And welcome if you are new to the Grant Neal train. And if you're new on the train, I also welcome you aboard too. You're going to be on for an amazing ride and we're going to have some fun.
Grant Neal, ladies and gentlemen, once again, always on a pleasure having on the show. We come back, a lot more going on here. Only on is Last Call. Last Call to the Alcohol, only on it's the Last Call YouTube channel.
Chris, how's everything going, brother?
Good.